Okay.
Alright. So Kara Reina goes to her local drugstore to buy her drugs, which is to lower her cholesterol, and she used to pay $4 for her bottle. Today she pays now $19. That's almost more than 4 times the amount she used to pay. Most of us are young, and we don't know what is a necessity of medicine because we're healthy. However, we do have family members that they need medicine for their own health, and it is in our best interest to know what Prop 61 offers because we can help our family members and we can help ourselves in the future when we grow old. So Prop 61 is about drug price to be regulated, and first I'm going to be talking about how PharmaGreed is in it, and second I'll be talking about how certain drugs are being increased in price, and third I'll be talking about how veterans are being affected by this proposition. So let's move on to the first central point I'll be talking to. It'd be PharmaGreed. So who I want to talk about is Michael Pearson. He is the CEO of Valeant, which is a top pharmaceutical. Its net worth is about $90 billion, and the way it reached this, it was through scandals and things it did. So Bethany McLeon, a editor for the magazine of Vanity Fair, published an article on October 4th, 2015, stating that Michael Pearson was using tax inversions, which is basically cutting his tax rates. So he bought companies in a foreign country, and that he made that his headquarters so he can cut taxes. He also cut costs for his company because he did not want to pay for risky research or making new medicine. Other things that he did was about a company called Aton. He bought Aton for $318 million, and in 3 years he made more than 2.5 of that amount. And he sold the drugs Cupramine and Cyprine, which is a treat for Wilson disease. And he sold that treatment for $20,000 when other countries were selling it for $5 a pill. So in 2015, the Department of Justice ended up investigating his Valeant with the pharmaceutical company because it was doing shady things. So he was forced to step down as CEO in March 2015. So now that we looked at certain pharmaceutical that is in greed, we're going to look at certain drugs that have increased in price. And one of these is Darafrim. It's a 62-year-old drug that helps to treat HIV, AIDS, and parasitic infections. And this drug costs about $13.50, but today it costs about $750 for each pill. And this was stated by Tracy Sapel, a healthcare writer for Mercury News, and she published it on January 14, 2016. So that is, and she also said the increase was about 5,000% more. Another drug that she talks about is the EpiPen, that which are familiar. We've probably seen it in Facebook. In 2009, it cost about $100 to buy a 2-pack. It's an allergic reaction pen that can save lives. Today, it costs about $608. So it's a drastic amount that has increased. Another drug that has also increased and stated by the AHA, which is the American Heart Association. They published their article on December 4, 2015 on their website. They said that isoprotonium and nitroprusside, it's something that goes in the heart so it can open the arteries and help blood flow, and this increased by 500% more. So now that we have talked about what drugs, and these are not just drugs that that are rare, they're just generic drug uses that everyday people have, we're going to move to how veterans are being affected by this Proposition 2. So Prop 61, what it wants to offer is making states buy medicine for a lesser price. And that is by buying it from the DVA, which is the Department of Veterans of Affairs. They buy the veterans end up buying their medicine for a cheaper price, and they usually get a 24% discount on them, or 40. And what this proposition wants to do is buy that medicine for the general public at that price. So veterans are afraid because in 1990 the same thing happened, and they tackled Medicaid to lessen the price for medicine. However, just in 1 year, the DVA was also experiencing in veterans increasing the price for medicine. And then Tracy Sapel interviewed a veteran stating that he does not want to be the guinea pig of this proposition, because he already has his benefits, he already has the discount, and he doesn't want to take a gamble. So now that we looked at how veterans are going to be affected by this proposition, I talked about what this proposition is. It's a California Price Relief Act, just to lower price on drugs. First, I talked about how Michael Pearson revealed the dark side of capitalism in the healthcare system. Second, I talked about how generic drugs are being increased in price, just as the EpiPens. And lastly, I talked about how veterans are going to be afraid if their discount of drugs are going to be raised. And so, with that note, in November, it's going to be your choice to help people or not. And you can help to choose our future, or you can try to help the veterans.